when last we wandered these myriad plains.
Any excesses the Batsu state may have indulged in are simply to counter the rising tide of chaos represented by the Tanari. We mean no harm to anyone. We just prefer to understand where the boundaries are.
I see. I think that you're probably twisting this to make yourselves appear, less evil. And still, we journey on.
And now that I think of it, I don't think I've I don't think I've spoken to Ilquix yet. So once again, we want to do a quick save and speak with Ilquix. Speak with him, please. You see a short, rotund man with a perplexed expression on his face. From the lines on his loose skin, it looks like it's not too uncommon. He carries a flagon of ale that looks like it's in the process of being emptied rapidly. In between swallows, he speaks in a gentle voice, so quiet that you can barely hear his words.
Hello, traveler. My name is Ilquix. Can I be of some assistance to you?
Greetings. I would like to ask you some questions.
What do you want to know, my friend?
Who exactly are you?
I am but a humble man with a slightly flowery, poetical bent and a tendency toward the supernatural. I regret that I have none of my supplies here, or I should be most eager to teach you of the ways of power. Perhaps some later time.
Yes, I'd like that. For now, though, I have other questions.
What do you want to know, my friend?
What can you tell me about this place?
This place? The Smoldering Corpse Tavern. A fine establishment with a fine owner. Marcus is a true gentleman, and ambitious to increase his standing to boot. These, I feel, are the most useful qualities one can possess.
They drive people. I had some more questions. And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, that Barkus told us that Ilquix is not to be believed, that he lies a lot. So, what can you tell me of the patrons of this place?
The patrons of this tavern are many and varied. I have spoken with most, and find them delightful, with the exception of those creatures of law. He gestures toward the pair of Abishai sitting in the corner. They taint the air with their presence, lending an unwholesome stench to an otherwise pleasant environment. I recommend speaking to Barkus. I understand he requires some aid with the trifling matter.
It's already taken care of, friend. You need not worry.
Then we have that O character. I am still trying to understand him fully. It is quite an undertaking, if I say so myself. Those are the folk of interest here. The others, well, perhaps I am too discriminating.
Why do you despise creatures of law?
Ah, a fine question, my friend. My upbringing has been on the chaotic side of the Great Ring. You may speak to Candrian Ilborn, a misnomer if ever I heard one, of the plains. He fancies himself a great planeswalker. To return from my digression, I have lived my many years with chaos, and find it pleasantly agreeable. To me, the taint of law, as in those creatures there, is reprehensible and tyrannical. If I am to be crushed underfoot, I'd rather it be by an individual than a machine that knows nothing of emotion.
Truth. I disagree with that. And we're saying this because we're trying to go in the lawful direction.
Ilquix smiles toothily, his fat cheeks barely moving. To each his own, I say. Did you have more questions?
Yes. Who is that burning man?
That That is the last unfortunate who chose to exercise his individual will without the strength to back up his desires. His name is Ignis, and he was a pyromaniac. He burned and didn't burn the right people, and wound up channeling more raw power than he could control. Now, well, you can see what became of him. If you wish to learn more of him, perhaps that poor creature Drusilla can help you.
I see. I'd like to check your, question list one more time to make sure I have exhausted all conversation options. And it appears that I have, so farewell. I wouldn't exactly call you a friend, but you were interesting, at least.
Is Mokai gone as well? She is, so it seems that we are ready to skedaddle.
Please? Thank you.
All right.
I'm gone.
Are they aggroed on us without a red thing? Oh, they are. They don't have little red circles in under them. It's kind of a graphical glitch, I think. We'll take care of them shortly here. Not really that much of a challenge. I bet I will love it. Oh, is there one still attacking? I didn't even notice you.
All right.
Come help out, companions, if you don't mind. Thank you. Little free experience from the silly hive thugs.
All right.
And then we
Done.
will be further exploring, especially since, if I remember correctly, we don't have nearly enough to be buying tattoos, so we will continue on. And I think what we want to do next, what is this place?
All right.
Here. Oh, Elise. This panic-stricken young woman runs up to you breathless, tears streaming down her face. Please, sir, you've got to help me stop them. They'll kill each other, they will.
What's going on?
'Tis me brother and me lover. They're fighting. 'Tis just harsh words now, but I just know they'll be bleeding each other in a moment. Help me stop them, I beg of ye.
I'll speak to them right now.
1,000 thanks, blood. They're right over there.
I'll return when I've spoken to them. Alright, so we've got a bit of a quest. Where's their right over
Done.
there? Is it these guys?
Oh, yeah. Hello. Maith. This is one of the two men shouting and waving their weapons at one another. It seems as if at any moment they'll leap at each other's throats.
Greetings.
The man, face reddened from the exertion of hurling curses at his foe, whirls to face you.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy, you sod?
I'm wondering why you two are fighting.
None of your business, Burke. Pike off.
Any way I can help resolve the dispute. I'm going to avoid telling him that his lover sent us over here if I can possibly help it.
No, you can't. This son of a whore keeps sticking his nose into me life with Elise, and now he's gonna get it cut right off his ugly face. It's no concern of yours, so stay out of it.
'Kay, I guess there is no way not to tell him.
Your lover wanted me to stop the two of you from fighting.
The man suddenly becomes silent.
Elise called for you, eh? I don't know who you are, Burke, but I don't see how you plans on stopping us.
Look, Elise doesn't want to see either of you hurt. Can't you take care of whatever the problem is without scaring the wits out of her?
Ooh. The man furrows his brow for a moment, then nods his head.
You're right, Cutter. Here I was fighting to give her the chance to get out of her brother's shadow, and then I go and ignore her pleading and do things my way myself. He sighs. Guess I'll work things out with this sod some other way.
Glad you see things that way. Farewell. Alright, well, I mean, that was a minorly good lawful deed, but a deed worth doing nonetheless. And we haven't got our little circles either. I think I'm going to do a hard save and then reload and see if I can get them back. Ah, there we go. There's our indication circles. It's nice to know when you're being attacked, and the little red circles do that for you. Bariar. Who are you, sir? Bariar. Much as this creature's body is a combination of man and ram, his head is a mix of sorts, with a broad flat nose, goat ears, and a pair of curling horns. Intricate designs are shaved into his dirty pelt, and a massive, four-flanged polearm hangs from his belt harness. He doesn't seem to notice you. Greetings. He turns to face you with startling speed, his eyes dark and suspicious of you. His voice is deep and rumbling, not quite human, and heavily accented. What do you want? 2 legs? His hand is close to his polearm. Only to speak with you. I had some questions. He seems to calm down. His hand drops away from his weapon. He still keeps a certain distance from you, however. What do you wish to ask me? Why were you so wary of me? He seems sad for a moment. This place, a wretched, unclean place, is full of unfriendly, sometimes desperate people. Not the best place for a visiting barrier 2 legs. He shrugs. I have business here, though, and so I am here. Visiting. You do not live here. The barrier shakes his head, laughing. No, 2 legs. No barrier could live like this. Well, where are you from? From the plains of Isgard, 2 legs. They are my home. He smiles in fond recollection, as if warmed by the memory. What sort of business were you here for? Another time, 2 legs. If we ever meet in a happier place, I shall tell you all about it. You said you were visiting. No, we already asked that. Let me ask you something else then. What do you wish to ask me? Tell me about this city. He is silent for a moment, as if waiting for something more from you. Ah, what about this city? Well, what is this place? Why, it is a crossroads, 2 legs. Surely you know that all pass through Sigil. Pass? You mean paths? He looks slightly annoyed. Yeah, that's what I said. Pass. No, you did it again. Paths, not pass. His dark eyes narrow. He begins to look suspicious, as well as angry. I said what I said. Perhaps you should try speaking my language, 2 legs. Oh, no. We are not going to mock him like that. We are not chaotic. As fun as it would be, we are not chaotic. You are right. I apologize. Let me ask you something. What do you wish to ask me? Tell me about the slums around us. He looks at you curiously. What is it you wish to know about them exactly? I am looking for work. Actually, I didn't know we were looking for work, but apparently we are. He frowns. I doubt there is any honest work around here. The only thing an ample supply in the hive is trouble. What about some place to enjoy myself?
Yeah, the good stuff.
I don't think there's anything to enjoy here, Two Legs. Perhaps you should look elsewhere in another ward. I had some other questions then. I think this Barriar is not really fond of this plane at all. Let's see what he thinks about the Lady of Pain. The lady. He looks around, as if to see if anyone's overheard. I only know that she rules this place, all of Ziggle, and that the locals feel it bad luck to speak of her. I see. Answer me something else. Do you know someone named Farad? I know a few people here, Two Legs. This Farad is not one of them. A friend of yours? I don't know, really. What about a journal? Have you seen one, or know where I might find one? He simply shakes his head. No, Two Legs. Nothing like that. Farewell, then. Well, didn't gain too much from that, but was interesting, in a way. Guess we'll head on further into...
Done.
Cross over into this next ward here. There we go. Alright. If I remember correctly, which there is no guarantee that I do, the fake dustman that we're supposed to be looking for is in this ward somewhere, I think. I'm not for sure. Maybe this is it. Ash Mantle. Save as always before talking, and then we will
Done.
get a little closer in case this instigates a battle. You see a pale-faced dustman in long black robes. Unlike the dustman you saw in the mortuary, however, this man looks confused and is glancing about as if looking for something. When he spots you, he raises his hand to attract your attention. Greetings. The man seems relieved that you are speaking to him. He bows slightly. Thank you for hearing me, traveler. I am known as Ashmantle, one of the Dustman sect. I was wondering if you could direct me. I don't know the area very well, and I'm looking for a certain establishment, a bar that those of my sect frequent. Do you know of such a place? Sect. You're a dustman. Yeah, that seems weird that a dustman wouldn't know where the Gathering Dust bar is. Let's see. Sect. You're a dustman. Don't you mean faction? The dustman nods. Well, yes, faction, I meant faction. Sect, faction. They're all much the same thing, really. Do you happen to know of this bar that my faction frequents? You know, there's been talk that there's a pickpocket masquerading as a dustman around here. Maybe you know him. The man looks at you innocently, but you see him tense up. I'm sorry. Grab his hand. Your hand snaps out, but Ashmantle draws back suddenly, and you miss grabbing his wrist. You see his dustman facade crumple, and with a frightened look, he runs off. Damn it. Okay, I thought he was going to disappear, but no, we get to, beat his face, maybe. Well, come on. Go get him. Don't let him get away. Doggone it. Where'd he go? What are these, oh thugs?
I'm gone. Done.
Well, that didn't go the way I wanted it to. Let's try again, shall we? Alright. Let's try this conversation again. Greetings. Faction. Oh wait, click for more. Faction. Pickpocket. Yeah, we'll try this time. You're no dustman. You're a pickpocket. Ashmantle suddenly takes off running. Alright, so he's just gonna run no matter what. Damn it. Let's see if we can actually get our guys to hit him this time. Come on, there you go.
Did you see that?
Well, that worked out a bit better. And now the fake dustman is out of the picture. Take his stuff as well.
I'm gone.
And go report this to our benefactor. Alright. Don't remember which of these guys gave us the quest. I think it may have been Naroche. You see Naroche. He is pulling at one of the spikes on his hair as always. Yes, this is he. I found the not dustman. He's too busy being dead to pickpocket anyone again.
Updated my journal.
Naroche's lines of worry smooth out as you speak. Thanks, Givai. He reaches into his robes and draws forth a small bag, which he hands to you. Copper coin, twice 100. Thanks. Glad I could help. Farewell. Great. On to bigger and better things now.